there, very good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini channel. I'm Sharon Mascarenhas.
Good evening, I'm Satan Dialus. Let's take a look at the main headlines for tonight. Ruwan Wijewardena has been appointed to the deputy leadership of the UNP. Inmates of the Booster prison calls off food boycott. A new program to increase local liquid milk production. Another voice tape relating to Easter attack has been handed over to the Presidential Commission. Another COVID-infected person dies. The road lane law comes into effect from today. A change in the vehicle registration number plate.
On to the stories in detail now, starting off with local news. Former parliamentarian Ruwan Wijewardena has been appointed as the deputy leader of the United National Party. He was elected in a secret vote at a party working committee meeting. The working committee meeting was held at the Sirikotha party headquarters this evening. When it was decided to elect unanimously a person to the post of the deputy leader of the party, names of Ruwan Wijewardena and Ravi Kannanayake have come forward to contest. Therefore, it has been decided to elect the candidate through secret ballot. Accordingly, Ruwan Wijewardena has received 28 votes and Ravi Kannanayake only received 10 votes. Ruwan Wijewardena said that his sole intention is to resuscitate the fallen party and to win back the trust of the party activists. He added that he has the necessary strength to fulfill this objective. He further said that the party will be reorganized with a short period and brought forward to a country in a new format. He has expressed optimism over winning future elections through the confidence of the voters.
රටේ ජනතාවගේ විශ්වාසයත් හදවතත් ඥාගෙන අපිට ඉදිරි මැතිවරණ ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා දැඩි විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා.
13 officials of the Police Anti-Narcotic Bureau who have been placed under detention on charges of engaging in heroin racketeering were further detailed. Till the 22nd of this month, an order in this connection was issued by the Colombo Magistrate Courts today. The 13 suspects detained at the Angunakola Palace prison have not been produced before the courts today as a health precautionary measure. Meanwhile, the Colombo Magistrate Courts has issued warrants today to produce before the court suspecting drug dealer Udara Sampath, who is the 14th suspect of the case. Colombo Additional Magistrate Priyantha Liyanage has issued the warrants upon consideration of facts presented by State Deputy Solicitor General Dileepa Peiris, who is appearing on behalf of the Criminal Investigation Department. Udara Sampath is reported to be staying in Dubai. Deputy Solicitor General of the State Dileepa Peiris has earlier informed the courts that an investigation is underway to find how he fled the country. Dileepa Peiris has further said that Udara Sampath has operated a drug racket through an extensive communication network utilizing 55 mobile phone SIM cards obtained from a local communication center. He has also informed the courts that another batch of 12 officials of the Police Anti-Narcotic Bureau, in addition to the detained suspect officials, have been detained and interrogated by the Criminal Investigation Department. The State Deputy Solicitor General has also requested the courts to grant time till next Thursday for the presentation of relevant written submissions according to a request by the attorneys of the accused. The attorneys have made the request stating that the magistrate courts has authority to grant bail to the 13 detained suspects. Dileepa Peiris has also stated that further investigations are being conducted under the Money Laundering Prevention Act against the suspects for purchasing valuable properties utilizing the monies earned through narcotics racketeering. The magistrate has also granted permission to their request to allow to deposit a sum of 550,000 rupees in the judiciary, which was recovered through the relevant investigations. The Athrugiriya police station has taken into custody yesterday 3 buses valued at 15 million rupees believed to be owned by organised criminal named Nalin Chaturanga alias Athrugiri Ladia, currently absconding in overseas. An accomplice of Ladia has reported to have been arrested in Jayanti Mawatha, Athrugiriya, upon inspection of the documents of a bus in the possession of the arrested suspect. It has been established that the owner of the bus was Nalin Chaturanga. A relative and 2 associates of the gangster were also taken into custody along with the bus. Further investigations have revealed that income from the buses was credited to a bank account of the wife of Nalin Chaturanga or Ladia. The police says that the buses have been purchased through income received from drug racketeering and ransom taking in the area. Officials of the Tangol Special Task Force camp have been successful in apprehending a person believed to have been engaged in several killings and criminal activities, along with 12-bore firearm, .38 revolver and an air rifle. The raid was carried out in Demeterpitia in Valaskala, Dikvalla. The STF says the items were found hidden in an almirah in a house. The Haliala police station says a person with 100 small packets of heroin was arrested near the Badulla town limits at dawn today. The police says that the heroin packets were carefully packed in polythene bags and strapped to the thigh of the suspect. He was reported to have arrived in the area from Colombo. Upon police interrogation, it has been revealed that the drugs brought from Velampitia were being sold in Badulla. The food boycott carried out by organised criminals, including prisoners of special types detained at the Busa heavy security prisons, was ended today. Initially, 45 prisoners have joined the boycott, but only 13 remain in the campaign by today. A meeting between Italian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Rita Giuliana Manella, and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has taken place at the Temple Trees today. Attention has been focused on several sectors which could be upgraded through bilateral cooperation. The Italian government continues to extend aid for rural development and agricultural projects in Sri Lanka. It has also been stressed at the meeting that Italy is interested in expanding further cooperation in the fields of several special sectors, including food processing, aquaculture and environmental tourism. Mrs. Giuliana Manella also said that several Italian companies show greater interest in investing in the tourism sector in Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has focused attention of the Italian ambassador on several areas in the island where tourism could be further developed.
The bus lane law, which was temporarily suspended in the Western Province due to the corona pandemic, was recommenced today. The police says that the road law will be implemented in the next 3 days till the 16th of this month, with the aim of enlightening the general public. The police has decided to implement the bus lane law on the instructions of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa as a remedy to heavy traffic congestion in the city of Colombo. It was implemented successfully in the recent times. However, with the imposition of the curfew during the curfew pandemic, the road lane law could not be implemented. According to the decisions taken by the police, the law will come into effect from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. The law will come into effect only in 4 main roads until the initial stages. Accordingly, it will be implemented implemented on the Sri Jayawardhanapura Mawatha from Polduwa Junction to Horton Place roundabout. On the baseline road, it will come into effect from Kelaniya Bridge to Baseline Junction. The road lane law will also be implemented on the high-level road near the Anula Vidyalaya along the Sri Sambutta Jayanti Mawatha Tummulla roundabout and to the Library Junction, and also from the Ananda Kumaraswamy Mawatha to Pittala Junction. The road law will also come into effect from William Junction to Golface roundabout. The police CCTV division remain vigilant on instances of violation of traffic law by motorists and pedestrians. Police mobile inspection vehicles are being stationed at numerous locations. The police says that the assistance of the Air Force is also being used in this regard. Police says that it is the responsibility of the vehicle drivers to drive their vehicles in a law-abiding manner. Meanwhile, a dispute has arisen pertaining to a presentation of deeds at a middle-class housing complex constructed by the previous regime in Homagama. Minister Bandula Gunawardena and State Minister Indika Anuruddha have arrived at the housing complex today to look into the problem. The housing complex, located in Jaltara, Homagama, was declared open by then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and then Minister in charge Sajid Premadasa last week. The ministers have discussed on the issue with the owners of the houses. Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that a different party had conducted an opening ceremony. The people have responded saying that they had objected to this act. They added that people from outside came in 22 buses, but there were nobody from inside who had attended. The people further said that their deeds were given to other people. However, the TV has shown scenes of handing over houses to shanty dwellers. They further said that they who had given money did not receive deeds up to now. State Minister Indika Anuruddha said that this was a big robbery conducted using the state emblem. Minister Bandula Guruvardhana said that this was a deal of former Minister Sajid Premadasa with the private sector using state lands. There had been many shortcomings in the project. The biggest shortcoming was not giving deeds to those who had paid money for the houses. The deeds were given to people who came in buses.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa requests intellectuals of the Vietmaga organisation to extend support to the forward march of the government. The Vietmaga organisation is comprised of scholars and entrepreneurs of an extensive range representing numerous professions. This intellectual establishment has commenced operations in April of 2016. It has been successful in creating a broad transformation in the socio and political thinking patterns of the people. The President has pointed out that the responsibility of formulation of plans and policies on behalf of the progress of the country lies before the Vietmaga organisation, but he has further stated out that it should identify the instances where it should mediate in the affairs of the political authority without becoming a part of it. The President has met members of the Vietmaga organisation for the first time yesterday in the capacity of President of Vietmaga organisation since assuming duties as President of the country. A meeting has taken place at the Vietmaga office in Ethel Kotte. A state ministry has been set up giving prominence to uplift economic and social conditions of all people in the rural and urban sectors. The President has further pointed out how the Vietmaga Executive Council could contribute to fulfill this objective. The President also said that the Vietmaga organisation is able to present necessary plans and proposals for the progress of future activities. It could also extend instructions at challenging instances. Similarly, attention should be focused to implement all development activities safeguarding the environment. The ability to assist in the formulation of policies on the regional level has also been pointed out.
The 13th COVID-related death in Sri Lanka was reported today. The victim is a 60-year-old male receiving treatment at the Chilau Base Hospital. The final rites were scheduled to be conducted tonight. The deceased is a Navy person who had arrived in the island from Bahrain on the 2nd of this month. He was not diagnosed as a COVID patient in a PCR test carried out upon his arrival. However, he was taken ill during quarantine and was admitted to the Chilau Base Hospital on the 9th of this month. Epidemiology and specialist physician Sudat Samaravira said that the closest reason for the death could be a heart attack. The last COVID-related death was reported in the island on the 23rd of last month. With a death reported 20 days later, the total number of COVID-related deaths in Sri Lanka has increased to 13. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has handed over letters of appointments to 12 judges of the High Court today. The event has taken place at the President's office. Judges who have received the letters of appointment were W.A. Pereira, C. Meegoda, A.I.K. Ranavira, K.S.L. Jayaratna, R.S.A. Disanayaka, W.M.M. Talagoda Pittiya, D.W.W.M.R.C.P. Kumari, D. Alla, H.S. Ponnaperuma, S.I. Kalingavansa, D.A.R. Pathirana, N.T. Vikramasekara, and A.G.U.S.N.K. Senaviratna.
The Mahasangha and the People's Representative says that the need of the hour is to bring the new constitution without restricting to constitutional amendments. They further say that in this connection, attention will have to be focused to opinions of all sectors. Minister G.L. Peiris said that Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has decided to study in depth on all opinions expressed so far pertaining to the proposed 20th Amendment. He has also ordered to submit a report to the Cabinet in this connection. Minister Professor G.L. Peiris further said he is the chairman of the committee appointed in this regard. The decisions of the committee taken today will be informed to the Prime Minister tomorrow. It will also be forwarded to the Cabinet meeting on Wednesday evening.
අදාද හවස කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයේ රැස්වීමක් තිබෙනවා. ඒ කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලයට අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා ඒ කමිටුවේ නිර්දේශ හා නිගමන. 20 වන සංශෝධනය සම්මත කර ගැනීමෙන් පසු අපි
A voice tape of the special telephone conversation between the former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando and former Director of State Intelligence Service Nilantha Jayawardena after the Easter Sunday terror attack was handed over to the Presidential Commission today by former Direct Nilantha Jayawardena himself. Chairman of the Commission has ordered to immediately place under the custody of Police Investigation Unit of the Presidential Commission the personal mobile phone of Nilantha Jayawardena. Nilantha Jayawardena has arrived to give evidence for the 22nd day today. Chairman of the Commission has ordered Jayawardena to submit the telephone conversation between himself and Hemasiri Fernando to the Commission. The attorney-at-law appearing on behalf of Nilantha Jayawardena has requested to conduct investigation regarding the voice tape in the absence of the media. The Presidential Commission has rejected the request in order to play the entire voice tape of the conversation of a duration of 25 minutes and 4 seconds. At the conclusion of the playing of the voice tape, the Additional Solicitor General of State has inquired Jayawardena on the object of recording the conversation. Jayawardena has responded saying that he was accused of not informing of events after the Easter attack. He said that in order to safeguard the credibility of himself and the State Intelligence Service, he has recorded the conversation. Jayawardena also told the Commission upon inquiry that there was another voice tape pertaining to the incident.
The one-year-long training program for graduates recruited for jobs in the government sector has commenced today. The recruits will be given a 3-week-long residential leadership program with effect from today. 60,000 graduates are to be recruited under Saubhagya Dakpan policy statement of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Letters of appointments were presented to 50,000 recruits on the 2nd of this month. After the leadership training, they will be given a further 3-week training on management. A further 3-week training on duties in the state institutions will be provided. A 3-week training in the private sectors will also be given. Upon conclusion of training, all of the recruits will be given projects. The Ministry of Public Administration says final period of training is to be directed to a state institution.
"300 elite Special Force graduates of Sri Lanka Army passed out recently following the training course. The passing out ceremony was held at the Special Forces Training School at Maduroya. Sri Lanka Army inducted 5 officers and 295 other ranks of the elite Special Forces following the intensive 9-month-long training course number 50. The Chief of Defence Staff, Commander of the Army and Colonel of the Regiment of Special Forces, Lieutenant General Shavindra Silva, was present at the ceremony as the chief guest. Lieutenant TMT GNM Pennakon succeeded in becoming the best student and the best gymnast in the course, while Lance Corporal A.G. Alugedra was selected as the best shooter. A special display of skills by parachutists, by skydivers display, and a band display, combat rider display, SF skills display, taekwondo, fighting in built-up areas, and an unarmed combat fighting took place at the center stage of the passing out ceremony. A new uniform for the Special Forces was also introduced at the ceremony. The Sri Lanka commander said that the Sri Lanka Army will always act vehemently in safeguarding the country from attacks such as the Easter Sunday bombings.
That's it for the news this evening. Have a good night.